Hola, soy Víctor Hugo Mendoza y esto es BH Music Xperience para LatinWMG. Hoy con la participación de Gary White, quien es el vocal leader de Dapper banda con la que participé en España, en Madrid precisamente. Hicimos muchos bolos, muchos toques, hicimos un par de discos, de los cuales yo produje uno y coproduje el segundo. En fin, hicimos muy bonita amistad. Es un recuerdo súper bonito porque sí que tomamos bastante cerveza y tocamos bastante rock and roll. Bueno, a Gary se me ocurrió invitarle a ver si le gustaba participar en el videocast, y pues gentilmente me dijo que sí, y ya me envió un basamento, un bounce con su voz y guitarra, de todas también. Vamos a ver el video donde nos explica qué herramientas, cómo las utiliza, cómo capta su guitarra, cómo capta su voz. Y bueno, sin darle más vuelta a esto es BH Music Xperience y arranca ya.
Hola! Hi, my name's Gary White. I'm from the band Dapper. My friend and musical brother Víctor Hugo Mendoza has asked me to record this video for you guys to provide some information onto how we go about recording songs for Dapper. As you might know, I live in Glasgow in Scotland, and the rest of the band from Dapper are located in Madrid in Spain, so that presents a lot of challenges in terms of not being able to go into the studio to record together. So we have to do things from our home, from our own local studios, and then combine our products that we've done locally into something that can be a product of a band. So without actually being together, we give the impression of being together and playing together. So Victor has asked me to give you a bit of an idea as to how that all comes together. As I said, I'm here in Glasgow, the band are in Madrid, and we have Victor over in Venezuela, who is our final port of call for the production work that goes into the songs of Dapper and helps us with truly making the output something that sounds cohesive and as if a band have played it together in the studio. So the first step in any recording process is obviously the bare idea of a song. So what happens is either I or Michael in Madrid will write a song, have an idea for a song, and we will then share with each other a very rough demo of that song. So I'll either send it to Mike by email, or Mike will send me an email with that rough demo to give each other an idea of what we're working on. For today's video, I'm going to focus on a song called My Mistake, which was on our second album, Dapper DOS, which is available on Spotify. Get a shameless plug in there. So please go and have a listen to Dapper DOS if you like what you hear. But you're going to see the evolution of this song through the various stages of the recording process. So as I said, Mike wrote this song a couple of years ago and sent by email to me a very rough demo, which sounds a little bit like this. So you can hear it's all very kind of rough. Hang on, I'll give you a bit more of an insight.
But I know that something went wrong, 'cause that's not how they worked out for me. So I dropped everything, I jumped when she said, when I even asked her. Now I'm sitting here writing this song as I'm watching my life.
So you get the idea. That's kind of a very rough idea recording. So Mike's kind of put down some rough tracks from the Mac and his own vocal interpretation and the way he's written the song, and that's just to give me that idea of the song, the melody, the lyrics, what he sees in his head or hears in his head that the song should sound like ultimately, and that forms the basis of what I then take on to be my interpretation and my input to the recording. So for recording, I use a program called Audacity. It's a digital audio workstation that's free of charge on the internet. As you can see here, it's a pretty simple multi-track recording digital workstation that allows you to take direct input from my Behringer desk here, the Xenix QX1212, that has a USB out that can then go obviously straight into my PC, and it allows me to make live recordings of my guitar, my vocal, any other instruments that I'll be adding to the track, and bring that together in a pretty relatively trouble-free package. Most of what I'm recording is quite simple, so there's no need for really sophisticated audio workstations like Cakewalk or Pro Audio or anything like that. I can really just take the live recording of my instrument and my vocal and send that over to Mike, and then the band can put together their parts. So Carlos will come in with the lead guitar, Mike will bring in the bass, and Jan will then add the drums that will form the basis of the track that we would then send to Victor for keyboards and final production. So as I said, it's a relatively simple package. It's just really a multi-track recorder. So my first step is to kind of grab my guitar and take the idea of what Mike's provided in his demo and start messing about with that. Is it in the right key? Is this going to work for me? Everything comes in time, colors matching, words will rhyme, things will work out easily. But I know that something went wrong, so that's not how they worked out for me. So you get the idea. I'll kind of mess about with it and say, do I want to do it there? Do I want to take it up? Everything comes in time, colors matching, words will rhyme, things will work out easily. Just finding that key and finding what works for me as a vocalist and what's going to get the best out of my voice, because there's obviously a sweet spot in everyone's vocal range, and adjusting the key of each new song to find that sweet spot for the song and for the particular melody is very important. So it's a really key part of the whole song development process. So my next step is get onto this workstation, as I said, get me a click track down that's going to have time, colors matching, words will rhyme, things should work out easily. But I know that's something. So get that click track down, get a rough vocal down. Honestly, that's going to be 3 tracks and not a lot of work. So we then start to bring in some other parts of it. So maybe getting a little bit of backing vocals in. So I'll add in harmony. And it's just the chance we take. This was my mistake to make. I bet it all along. Just take out the click track there, so I've got the raw tune, and I need you to pull me through. It's just the chance we take, but it was my mistake to make. So as you can see, it's relatively simple, but it gives us a good effective idea of what the tune's going to sound like, so we can take that forward. Writing 'cause I can't sleep, digging in too deep, don't see how it's gonna end. And I can't even say this to you, and you are my only friend. So I drink and I smoke, you scream and I choke, it's just easier that way. So we can start messing about with levels, messing about if we wanted to with effects and things that are going to make it sound a little bit more professional. I tend not to do much of that here. So what I'll send back to Mike is the individual tracks that I've recorded, along with the click track tempo and the individual MP3 or WAV files of the acoustic guitar, the basic acoustic guitar, the lead vocal that I've put in place, and then the backing vocals. Now, if they're good enough and we are all agreed on the key, we can then move on to that next stage of the recording, which is where Mike will get with the guys over in Madrid. They will either record live in Toledo Tower Studios, the lead guitar, the bass and the drums, or else again they'll do their individual tracks at home, as similar to what I've just shown you here. So it all kind of comes together pretty simply and pretty slick. And okay, you've heard that evolution from that original demo that Mike sent to me. What I then send back to Mike in terms of that Audacity type. Watching my life pass me by, watching my life. So we have that kind of almost there track, and then Mike does his magic with the guys, and we end up with something like this.
Everything comes in time, colors mention words, and well, things will work out easily. But I know that something went wrong, 'cause that's not how they worked out for me. So I dropped everything, I jumped when she said well, and I even asked her how high. Now I'm sitting here writing this song as I'm watching my life pass me by.
So as you can hear, the song has gone through that whole journey, from demo to idea to concept to final production, and then that's what you hear. That finished product is what went onto our album. So it's really as simple as that and as straightforward as that. It works for us. I would challenge anyone to know that we're not actually together in a studio when we are making these songs, because I think the technology and the digital media that we have at the moment gives us that ability to be able to do this. So that's it. That's it. I will follow this up. Mike is going to do a subsequent video telling you a little bit more about what happens in the Madrid side of things from the post my recording piece, and we'll leave it there. So I'll leave you with some more of my mistake, and I hope you guys are all well.
But it was my mistake to me. But if I start blaming you, then we know it isn't
Y bueno, esto fue VH Music Experience para LatinWMG. Hoy con la participación de Gary White, vocal líder de Dapper, pues, que nos estuvo contando sobre su método de trabajo, su software, la manera como microfonea y la manera como capta sus ideas. Así que, pues nada, muchísimas gracias Gary, y no me queda sino invitarles a ustedes a que nos sigan acompañando y se suscriban, por supuesto, al portal de LatinWMG, también como el canal de YouTube, que ahí van a estar guindados todos los videos de todos los músicos, colegas, amigos que han participado hasta ahora en VH Music Experience. Así que nada, a cuidarse mucho, seguimos.
But it was my